Hey, how's it going, Pisces? Thank you so much for checking out my channel. My name is Sarah, and you have reached me here at Reflexive Moon Tarot. I am hosting this reading for you for the full moon in Capricorn. And the full moon in Capricorn is a really great time to channel energy that is centered in ambition, centered in structure, and also getting grounded. So centering the centering. You may want to come to terms with the negative aspects of Capricorn that might be a part of whatever conflict you're having. So if you're feeling like there's any form of rigidness in your behavior, anything, if you're being a little bit pessimistic or controlling, those are some things that you may want to come to terms with, and that's what the Capricorn sign will help us to reflect on as well. So we're going to start with some oracle cards with Mildred Payne's Secret Oracle of Enchantment. And we have Ankh on the top, reversed, dragon in the middle, and water on the bottom. All right, Pisces. So you need to come to terms with some emotions, I would say, with your water. Come to terms with your waters on some level. Make peace. Because, I mean, this could be in your past where you've dealt with a lot of stuff, but like the Ankh, it speaks to life. It speaks to awareness, to power, and that could be, you know, the occult even. And like it's all about hidden knowledge, the hidden truths within things, the signs that we can follow. And I would say that with the dragon here, your power, you might not be recognizing how magnificent your power is, and how brave you've been in your life, perhaps, and how fortunate you are as well. And that could have something to do with any type of like deficiency with processing your emotions, your dreams, your aspirations. You could have a lot of issues with anxiety as well. Usually anxiety always comes through within the subconscious, in our dreams. And you may also really be struggling a little bit to identify what your emotions actually are. So that might indicate that you need to talk to somebody about it. You know, hit me up for a free reading, or if you feel more comfortable with a registered professional, do so, or a trusted advisor or friend, family member, to talk about your feelings and how to address them. So let's see what the cards have to say. Yes, hope and balance between give and take is something that you're struggling with. But you need to know your awesomeness. You need to recognize your awesomeness, Pisces. And you need to recognize like your ancestral lineage. Yeah. Again, learning how to be confident, how to set goals for yourself. Like, are you sad? Are you dealing with a lot of conflict? Do you feel like that's heavy for you to change? Or that you're really kind of, it's like this massive upward battle to do a paradigm, like to complete any type of paradigm shift within your psyche. It's big change for you, and it's something that you're not accustomed to, or that you are just resisting with all force on how, like, the ways in which you need to get honest with yourself. Yeah, I like compulsive lying comes to mind. Like when you think about emotional, not damage, like ailments that have to do with emotions and the way that we process them and the way that we've been trained to process them. It's like we're constantly at a loss because we didn't learn how to properly process things, especially if you have things like borderline personality disorder or any kind of like sensory processing on a neurological level. You're struggling to really see a way out of, actually no, you see a way out. You just kind of need the support. When it's upright, this is struggling to see a way out. When it's reversed, the way out is visible to you. You just sort of have to take the steps and figure out. But again, it feels like you're at a loss. Like you feel like you're going to have to make some sacrifices, or you're going to have to give up something that you might not want to. Something like a vice. Emotional imbalance is kind of ruled your past in many, many ways. Looking for love in all the wrong places. Having people take from you. Just rob you of opportunities even. And so for whatever reason, your mind is not as sharp as you need it to be. You need to figure out how to get your mind sharp. So how are you going to clean up your mental act? Because that's going to be like the biggest challenge for you. And finding the right source of spiritual advice is also going to be a little bit tricky. You might have been misguided, and you may, like, your attitude is, it's not connected. There's a huge disconnection, Pisces, that you need to be honest with yourself about. And maybe you don't want to be. Like, you see that, like, you know what you're supposed to do. You might just not kind of give a fuck right now. And maybe you never will. Maybe, like, neurologically, like, the transmitters are set on I don't give a fuck. And that is what it is. But if you want to look like you do, then you need to switch it up. Because perhaps even it's getting to a point where you can't even fake it anymore. So just know, I would say just know that you don't have anybody fooled. The Hierophant reverse doesn't have anybody fooled. Like they're known to be a shady leader, a shady spiritual leader, or somebody who doesn't keep their word at all. Someone who can't be truthful about not truthful, but like someone who is not accountable. So if you want to be accountable, Pisces, you've got to level up. So leveling up and also being willing to take risks. Some people think that you're not willing to take risks, or you're not willing to listen to the voice of reason when it comes to taking risks, like the good risk versus like the risk you have no business taking. And you're afraid of kind of losing it. You're afraid of losing your sense of grounding. And you just really need to be careful about who you choose to learn from when it comes to your career. Like, I think it's really important that if you're seeking out a mentor at this time, that they're the type of person who is able to like teach you how to know yourself and how to understand what it is that you need. Because you need direction. Like you're learning how to stay grounded, how to manifest your money and your career, and stay grounded in that process through everything that you've been through. So it's like learning how to cope with life, basically, and all that you've gone through. If this is you being very manipulative, or just not truthful to a person who looks up to you for answers. So I would be wise about the ways in which you might be misleading to an individual that deserves the world. I'm loving this. So you're going to make a decision to choose you and to understand you better, and to know the nature, like to know your cycle. And that's going to be key. It's going to be key. Learning and understanding what triggers you, what helps you, what guides you. And it has very much to do with keeping your water, and also having a good understanding of like the ways in which the sacred feminine embodiment is aligned with cycles of, you know, the earth going around the sun, of, you know, day and night, Venus and the moon. So intuition as well. Following your intuition and not second guessing yourself, and not allowing yourself to be led in directions that are going against the inner voice. And that really is like the counterpart of the Fool reverse, right? The Fool reversed is a person who's not really listening to the direction that their ancestors want them to take, or the direction that they're meant to take. Or sometimes this Fool is listening too much to people who want them to stay in like some bizarre safety zone that is counter to what it is that they need to do as well. So I would say that you have a good understanding. It's just a matter of like the planets and the cards and all the things lining up to a point in which like you feel like you are making informed decisions for yourself, and listening as well to the positive influences within your surroundings, and not opposing them out of spite, or not opposing them out of spite, not opposing them because maybe you have some issues related to oppositional defiance. So still having a routine, some type of routine. And you'll find happiness. It's in the cards for you. Emotional fulfillment is there for you. But you need to figure out some type of routine and stick with it. And don't beat yourself up if you fall off. Have a plan of action for relapse as well. So you can do it, but it's really going to be about mapping out your response to trauma, and also listening and holding true to what is meant for you, your destiny. So stop trying to reject your destiny. It's not effective. It is not effective. All right? It's going to be tricky. It's going to be a struggle, but you really need, if you want to be happy, you have to stop rejecting your destiny. Stop sabotaging yourself. Okay, Pisces? Thank you so much for checking out this channel and this reading. If it resonates, please do hit that like and subscribe. And we will catch you next time. Take care and bye for now.